Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look here at Macy's stock. Now this is a company we have talked about in the past along with Nordstrom, and if you remember back in 2020, if you were with the channel when we were actually under 1,500 subscribers guys, we hit a monster play on Nordstrom and Macy's for over 300% profit guys. So that options play was an absolute banger guys, and I want to show you why I think that there's still a lot more potential with Macy's and Nordstrom coming into the future here, but specifically with Macy's as they are the cheaper stock. And honestly, I think that they have a lot more potential to continue moving as compared to Nordstrom here. So as you can see, Macy's, they had their breakout level at around $11. And I talked about this in the past, how $11 was going to be such a critical price for anybody wanting to buy longer term shares, or potentially anybody even looking to buy a swing play all the way up to these highs at $18. But like I said in that video, I really didn't expect these retail stocks to start rocketing off the way that they had. And especially I'm talking about BBBY. I did see a wedge with them happening, and I said that on the channel, and it was our last breakout video here that I posted just like a week or two ago, but I never expected this retail sector to be up 5% 3 days in a row. So guys, this stock has moved almost 15% over the last few days. I'm talking about BBBY as well. You can see they're up 20% today. So obviously there is a lot of hype around this retail sector, and I want to talk about what I'm seeing with Macy's stock, what I think is one of the better prices to jump in, and when I'm going to be picking up some longer term shares, really aiming for at least $20 if we can really get a bullish run on these retail stocks guys. So first off, I want to show you Macy's and what they've been doing over the last few days. Now as you can see here, the breakout level was at 11 like I said, and they tested very strongly and recently showed us that $11 was going to be a support here. As you can see, over the last few days they were very strong at that level, weren't able to break below, and then ultimately rocketed up to around $13, where they saw a small pullback yesterday or the day before. If you remember, the market wasn't feeling as strong with this impeachment news, but now we saw Macy's break past that previous high. And as you can see here, there's a reason why I actually have that pink line on the chart, and that's because that would be the second breakout level. Now I sent this to a couple people in the Discord, but I never really mentioned it as a possible play opportunity because like I said, I don't really see how these stocks could be moving so strongly. But guys, I'm not the type to ignore a trend. It's very obvious that these stocks are heading up right now, and they have a lot of volume and have a lot of strength. So I want to show you what exactly I'm watching for Macy's, what price I think that they are going to hit here in the short run, and ultimately what kind of trend am I watching for them to be making over the next few days here guys. Now, like I said, Nordstrom is going to be the leader in this area, and you can see that they had their breakout at around $22. This was ultimately when we did that play that earned over 300% guys, but right now you can see that they're at $38. And recently, actually just yesterday, it seemed like they were having a pullback all the way to the 50 EMA, as you can see here. Now today they bounced from that, but that's going to be basically what gives me the key indication of what's happening with Macy's guys, as I see Nordstrom as one of the industry leaders here on the stock market. So if I was going to compare this to Macy's, you can see that from this recent breakout from the support level at 28, so this would be the support level at $10 on Macy's, they ran up over 18% or around 18% here to the highs. And if we take a look back at Macy's, you can see that from their breakout moment all the way to the high, they actually run around 16%. So I would not see a lot more short-term growth with this stock. And even though I am recommending to buy it, I want to show you exactly what I think is going to be happening over the next day or two with this company, guys. So coincidentally, that 18% actually matches up with the highs we have back here, back in around May or March of early this year, guys. So that's why I think this is actually not a coincidence at all, guys. 18% is going to be that magic number where Nordstrom was able to move that much, and Macy's is basically copying that move. So I would expect Macy's to jump to around $14 by tomorrow or the day after that. But ultimately, I would not be surprised to see a pullback back to this $13 support, which is the level we actually jumped out from today. So my ultimate recommendation for Macy's here, guys, taking a look and taking into consideration everything that's happening right now, is to wait for a pullback. I know that this stock is going to jump over the next day or two, but ultimately, guys, $13 is the best price I can recommend, the most realistic price that I can recommend over the last few days. Obviously, if I said wait till it hits $5, this is going to be a great price to buy it at, but it's not realistic for it to happen. But I really do think that 13 can happen again in the next few weeks. So that's ultimately when I will be considering to buy this stock again. I'm not looking to chase the trend, as we've had a very hot week on the stock market. And ultimately, this is going to cause a lot of stocks to reach a certain point where they just can't run anymore. And as you can see, the volume has been dropping on Macy's as well. When they had the breakout, it was very obvious, and there was a lot of people stepping in, as this $13 was very clearly a great price. But now you can see that we are well above that to $13.80, and a lot less people are biting on this bait, guys. So wait for a pullback. That is my ultimately best recommendation here on Macy's stock. Wait until they come down and test either the 50 EMA again, like they did a couple days ago, or the 200 EMA, like they did back when they were testing this $11 support. You can see it here once and then again here before they rocket it off, guys. So that's why I always recommend you to have the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA open on your chart. They're going to represent great moments when you might be able to catch a reversal, or at the very least, they can show you what direction the trend is heading, guys. So that's why I'm ultimately bullish on Macy's. You can see that they are well above the 250 EMA, guys, but I will not be chasing this trend in the short term. Ultimately, I'm looking to pick up some long-term shares for this Macy's company around $13. Now, as far as Nordstrom, they've also run up a crazy amount. So if you are interested in Nordstrom, I would say look for a pullback to around $35, or this bounce that we saw off the 50 EMA just a few days ago, as that is the clearest reversal level here that we're going to be seeing with Nordstrom stock. And as you can see, it basically correlates lightly here to some of the highs that we had coming back from January of this year. So I don't think that the trend is as obvious with Nordstrom, but there is a lot of opportunity to wait for a pullback with both of these companies. And unless you're in on some longer term shares already, back when we mentioned this play for the 300% or whatever that was, then make sure you continue holding. But if you are looking to start a new position on Macy's stock, I would tell you to wait until $13 hits again. And that's ultimately the best price that I can see coming over the next few days for Macy's stock and Nordstrom stock if they do have a pullback over the next few days. Congratulations to anybody who did hit the BBBY. I was so proud of that play when I mentioned it and when I put it on the channel before it even happened. So if you were able to take advantage of that play, guys, congratulations. That was an absolute banger, and you're probably looking at around 400% return on your options. Even though I did sell out my position earlier, I want you guys to know that that was an absolute banger, guys. So as always, thank you so much for the support, guys. If you keep showing me love here on the channel, continue growing the channel, guys, then I will continue putting out these banger plays every single day for you guys. So as always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening here, what plays we're making live on the channel, then make sure you're also down in the description below where we have our Discord link. That's going to be our completely free Discord where we have our community built and where I post my daily plays and signals. So if you want to ultimately know the exact moment when I do jump in on my Macy's shares or my Macy's long position, then make sure you're down in the Discord that is linked in the description for completely free, guys. And if you're interested in learning technical analysis, then make sure you check out the TradingView link, which is also down in the description below. And TradingView is the platform that you saw me trade on today and where I do all of my technical analysis, guys. So if any of those links interest you, they will be down in the description below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope all your plays are in the green.